Unit 3 Water Management, Chapter 3 The Journey of Water, Dam to House. Children, we know water is supplied through water taps, pipes in urban areas, right? Even when tap water is not available in summer, then too water is supplied using tankers. So many of us would love to know how this water reaches us from the dam and what processes are done on it. So now let's start. Sources of water. Now the existence of water on the planet Earth is one of the most important miracles in the universe. As we know, about 71% of the Earth's surface is also covered by water. Then there are also many sources of water on earth. Now, the main journey of rainwater on the earth is only after it rains. And this journey depending on the local geographical conditions. The journey of rainwater is as per following way: mountain head brooklets, springs, then streams, runnels, rivers to wells, borewells, seas and oceans. Next, dams, check dams and lakes. Many rivers have small and large capacity dams. There are approximately 45,000 large dams in the world. Of that, 22,000 are in China. There are about 4,200 dams built in India. Maharashtra has only 40 largest dams in India. In addition, there are many types of lakes useful for rainwater storage. Now, some of these lakes are naturally made while some are man-made. And the main purpose is to retain water for the use after monsoon season. Now, the location of the dam is determined by considering the right catchment area at a right place. Water requirement, rainfall and watershed capacity are also taken into the account while determining the location of the dam. Water supply start after completion of the dam and development of all water distribution and utilization systems. Dam to water treatment plant or water purification center. Now, water is first brought to the water treatment plant through dams using a slope or using some energy. Okay. Now, first is canal. Now, what is a canal? It is a channel constructed to carry water from the dam to the desired location. Next, sub-canal. Now, sub-canal is a canal built to carry water or to supply water to a farm by connecting it to the main canal. So, it can be connected by any of the sub-canal. Now, during monsoons, water from the brooklets, then water from the runnels or water from the rivulets, streams and rivers is also stored in the dam. As it flows over different land surfaces, it contains many kind of impurities in it. So therefore, water from natural water resources is not always used for drinking. The place where various processes are carried out to make the water drinkable, which is stored in the dam, is called as water purification center, or it is also called as water treatment center. Next, water lifting station. Okay. Now, the construction which is done to take out water from rivers, streams, canals, ponds, reservoirs, etc. for the purpose of purification is called as water lifting station. Okay. Now, depending on the location of the water source, There are different methods which have been constructed for lifting of water. The method of water lifting station construction on the river is different from the method of water lifting station construction on reservoirs. So, there are two different methods for both the cases. Also, the water lifting station on the canal is different. Water is discharged from the water lifting station tower through a tap in a small well. Then the water is pumped out of the well and is sent out for purification. Generally, the water treatment plant is far away from water lifting station. So, to send the water taken out of the water lifting station to the treatment plant, a water transmission system has to be used. Then, a pump or a slope ground, if possible, is also used to carry the water. While choosing a site, the following factors should be considered. The first is the properties of water should not be affected. Then, a water distribution system should be simplified. Then, availability of electricity or similar energy, safety from crises like flood, fire, etc. Similarly, it is important to decide the type of pump to use. Although low cost is the main principle, it should be also seen that they should be reliable water working pumps. Normally, more pumps are kept than required. This means that even if there is a breakdown or a malfunction, then the water supply can be maintained without disturbing the work. Next, water supply planning. Now, there are various methods adopted while planning the water supply for large cities. Now, the first one is selecting the source of water by getting basic information about water supply. Now when you're choosing a source, it is important to check the quantity and the properties of the water, and you also see that they are not even been disturbed. Then you have to estimate the future population, and you have to also determine how much water is being needed per day for a per person. So you have to estimate the demand of water in future. Now this should be also included for industry as well as for firefighting purpose. Now, observing and measuring the entire city, its water source and catchment area, and taking notice of all the landforms. Now, you should also think how to bring water from from the place of origin to the place for purification. Determining the purification processes by checking the properties of the water and then determining the location and the level of components of these processes by making a proper illustrated plan. Then there should be also arrangement for storage of water after purification and transport to storage tanks. To plan for collection tanks and pipelines to be used for water distribution and to determine the pressure in it. After considering more than one alternative plan for all the above factors, their cost should be determined, and also the plan that is least costly and acceptable should be chosen. In this way, when the plan is ready, the technical inspection has to be done by the governmental department. Now, if the scheme is very large, all the above can be done by the public health department of the state government. The first phase water supply scheme is planned in such a way that a second and the third phase can be added at any time. Therefore, it becomes more difficult to get financial support required for the entire scheme at once. Next, what is water purification? Now, water purification is a process to which the water is purified depending upon its use. For example, water is used for domestic use, should be colorless, odorless, good in taste, and hygienically safe. Water for industrial use should not contain any substance, okay, that adversely affect the production and which would also spoil the product which is been finished. Water used for agriculture should not contain substances that are harmful to soil as well as for crops. Then, reservoir water contains a wide variety of minerals, carbon, compounds, salt, lava, microorganisms, and etc. Now, these substances are soluble. This can lead to contamination of water and can cause various diseases. Now, this water is also used for various factory purposes. So, to produce good products, water of certain quality should be required. So, water purification purpose is very essential for all these things. Chemical in water have adverse effects on the body of human beings as well as on animals. Water with high level of fluoride adversely affect the health of young children. So for all this reason, water is purified to make it as clean, healthy and drinkable as possible. Next, water purification process. Now at a water treatment plant, if sorry, at a water treatment plant, if it is churned after mixing chemicals, the water is filtered at the sludge. Okay, the water is filtered after the sludge settles down. Sludge means the impurities. Okay, now to remove the unwanted gases like carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, okay, substances that give water foul smell, okay, that give a unpleasant taste, okay, and also there are volatile substances, okay, for example chloroform, okay, and reduce compounds of ions and manganese in water. Aeration has been carried out. So for all these purposes the water purification has been carried out. This process is also used to increase the amount of dissolved oxygen in groundwater. Now when you remove carbon dioxide from water, okay, it reduces the amount of metal corrosion in contact with water. So then it has been purified using disinfectant. The quality of water is tested by various tests. This pure water is stored in storage tanks mounted at very high altitudes. These tanks are used to reach every house um, through main aqueduct or sub aqueduct or through plumbing. Now, as the rivers flow through the cities like Delhi, Ahmedabad, Kanpur, Solapur, Pune, in the interior of the country, the source of water is a river and the dam on it. But due to the possibility of discharge of dirt and sewage in the same river, care is taken while locating the water lifting situation. It is also important to take care of disinfection. Such cities are also more likely to get water by digging wells. Next, maintenance management. Now, the responsibility of water supply is usually with the government, okay, right, till the completion of construction as per the cost. But once it is been completed, like all the work is completed and then it is handed over to Gram Panchayat or it is handed over to the corporation or municipality. In this system, it is more difficult to manage the water supply of a big city than a small village. Now, this management includes the maintenance of various machines and instrument use. That is, example is repairing a broken or a leaking or if the pipe is been leaked, then delivering the water with the right amount of pressure everywhere. So all this comes under the responsibility of the management, right? Now every day it is necessary to examine the water coming from the source, that water coming out of the sedimentation tanks and filters, Also, the water available for direct drinking at all stages to ensure that the purification process is carried out properly. Now, it is also important to check whether all the chemicals have been applied properly and whether the stock of chlorine is proper and it is been adequate. Because it is important to be aware that if there are enough stocks, if there are not enough stocks, then it is possible that it will affect the people's health. Okay. Also, at least one standby machine or a pump must be ready. Now, they are used when a faulty device or a pump is being repaired. It is a job of a chief manager to get the pump driver, their mechanic, technician to do the job properly. Also, there should be laboratory near the water purification center in each and every city so that there is possibility of experimenting with new types of discoveries or doing some basic research. So with this, we have completed the chapter. For your exercise, you have to complete all the 4 question answers into your notebook. Thank you.